I'm Geoff Nemnich.
And I'm Rick Paillet.
And we're the hosts of The Last Stand. Coyote hunting is my passion.
And coyote calls are my livelihood.
And together we aim to bring you the best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, right down to The Last Stand.
The Last Stand, presented by Lucky Duck Predator Calls. We are the masters of deception. Swagger Bipods. Shoot with confidence, shoot with swagger. OnX Hunt. Know where you stand. Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable.
You know, when we plan these Last Stand trips throughout the season, these are all planned, month, sometimes 2, even 3 months in advance. When you're trying to coordinate my schedule, Rick's schedule, some of the other guys that we hunt with, it's not something that we can just drop everything at the spur of the hat when we have, maybe the best or the most prime conditions. So we're planned ahead, and as this date drew closer, we started looking at the forecast and we realized that it just wasn't going to be ideal conditions.
I watched the weather, the few days before they got here, and it just got worse every time I looked at it. It was going to be almost 80 degrees, and the first day the wind gusting up to 45. So, all right, Geoff and the boys are out with me. Fur bear season just opened. Could be a rough day, so bear with us. We got maybe 50-mile-an-hour gust and 75 degrees.
Should be interesting.
Patterson.
We'll see. We got the primo. If you ever wanted to hunt in wind, at least we're going to have places to get out of the wind and try to call them in close,
Yep.
Worst thing you want is big, wide open country with nothing to hide by when it's blowing 50. So we're going to get down in tight, let the revolt rip, huh?
That's absolutely right. It's going to eat all day long, wide open.
Not corny at all.
We tried a spot at sunup and nothing showed, and then we hustled right to where I have a trail camera, and I've been getting a lot of pictures of coyotes there. And it was a place where me and Dad had drug a great big old log. Second stand. We're in here real tight, close. I'm gonna start out with baby cottontail demise. Got the revolt sitting out there. Let's let her rip. I'll burn the bottom. There's a coyote in the hedgerow over there. There's 2 of them. Three of them. There's a bunch more coming from the left.
Oh, four of them coming. One's coming left over the call here. Switch to some pup and start killing them. They're not coming hard.
They're coming.
There's one standing right here at 60 yards. The rest of them are bailing out. gonna kill him or not?
Coming.
Here, I'll shoot this one in the bottom, Rick. Shoot the one in the bottom. Pup, pup, pup.
Yeah.
We got one over here.
There we go, double down. There's still 2 more coyotes out there. Rick's gonna roll through some pup here.
They let that coyote stand there for it seemed like I could see him out of my right corner eye, and they held tight, and finally one of the 3 that I was watching worked its way up there, and I thought everything was great and went ahead and shot him and then got the pup fight on, and Geoff and I double tapped that second one. And
that was just one of those cases none of them came really great. They just were all checked up at different stages, you know?
well,
They just,
2 of them were chasing one around down here all the time. They were all kind of coming, but they kept chasing. That one was over here to the right just waiting to die, but they just kept chasing that one. I don't know if any of you guys noticed that, but
no, I was watching the one standing here at 760 yards
I
in the
know.
sun just staring at us,
well,
and I'm like,
they were coming slowly, so
it worked out good. I mean, that with all these trees and a lot of cover, I mean, 2 out of 4 is not bad. I mean, you can't expect you're gonna get them all killed.
yeah, that was
I mean,
pretty
that was a good
cool.
job switching that. You know, when you shot that first one down here, this one bolted pretty hard, but you switched to that pup. I don't know
Yeah.
what pup fight it was, but he ran in there about 75 yards and just checked up, and we double tapped him.
Yeah, I know. I call it boom 2. Remember I told you I set up a couple that come on instantly. It
Yeah.
still takes 1,000. You want it to come on.
Feels like forever.
So
like a
where'd
minute later, finally pup comes on.
Yeah.
where'd the other 2? I pushed it as soon as I shot. I had my finger on it when I shot this first one. So we're hustling them first 2 or 3 stands because the wind ain't crazy out of line. We got that double. The wind's just gusting, and we didn't slack off or go lay down and take a nap. We just kept pushing all day, and then late afternoon we got into this little 5-acre field that my uncle owns, and it's got a little creek bottom wrapped around it. And I've called them there before, and I thought, man, if I was a coyote, I'd be laid back. It's kind of got a deep, not a canyon, but a bank. And it's been a long day. The wind's been blowing like crazy. It's hot. I made a long hike in here. I knew it would look good for filming. I'm playing baby cottontail demise. I know there's coyotes and cats in there, but I don't know. I just gotta figure out the right sound. We'll see.
Where Rick and the camera and Dustin decided to sit up, there wasn't a whole lot of cover up there, and I felt me and the other camera guy sitting there, it was just gonna be too much. So I elected to go down the fence line about 30 yards from them and set up where I was kind of looking straight down the tree line. Hopefully when one popped up, I'd be able to shoot it. Rick had the advantage. If they stayed back in there a little bit, he had an angle. So Geoff goes down and Max to that evergreen where I said nothing ever shows up. I try a couple different sounds, and I cranked the coon distress up just because it's obnoxiously loud, and thought maybe it'd cut through that wind. And oh, guess what? I look over to the left where I said there's never a coyote shows up, and there's one standing, and you gotta get over there and just film it real quick.
For me, it was a really cool clip to watch it because of that coyote being so close to them two guys, you know, like if they'd have just known, you know, that he was right there. And that's kind of the way the day went. Just nothing worked out like we wanted it to.
So going into day 2, we're obviously watching the weather. We know the wind's gonna be a lot better, but the temperature's still gonna be high. So we know we have to take advantage of those first couple hours of the morning when it's gonna be cooler, when the coyotes are gonna be up moving, because we're expecting a grind throughout that middle part of the day, even though there's not gonna be the high winds. I'll sit over on this right side, just as a lefty. I can swing over here if we get one happens to pop there. But I think we all sit tight right here.
Had a lot of cats over there, just coming right down.
Really?
Right across here. Yeah.
That's thick over there.
It is.
Man, that's like a
180 acres, or 80 acres of some freaking cedar trees. You
Really?
can't even walk through it.
Yeah, it's massive, man. It runs 400 or 500 yards up that way, a couple hundred yards that way. I'm only gonna shoot over here, Jimmy.
Comes to the call, you whack it. Coming from the right, he went into them trees. Yeah, right in front of you. Yeah, I think he's gonna be on the other side.
Come right down the path. Here we go. Yeah. We're just gonna be patient here. We're gonna let this cat come right up here.
I'd shoot him.
Yeah, wait a minute.
You're getting that tall grass.
He sat down, Rick. Should I shoot
Shoot
him?
him, Geoff. Shoot him.
All right, he sat down about 80 yards. I'm gonna shoot him right here. I didn't take into consideration that I was shooting down at about a 45-degree angle off that side hill we were on. And if we were dead on, putting it square in his chest, it would have stoned him. But shooting down a little bit, putting it in the same spot, it was almost like the bullet glanced off of his chest a little bit and kind of got him in the armpit. So it wasn't a great shot, but we got the cat nonetheless. It's kind of bittersweet, to be honest with you. I'm disappointed in my shot. I should have that cat was sitting down at 70 yards. Hated to have to shoot it up. It looks like a good-sized cat. That's a good-sized dang cat, man. Big Tom cat. Nice, my second Kansas Bobcat hunting with Rick.
Everybody's all fired up because we got a cat down, good video, first spot of the morning, and we're on cloud 9. So Jimmy's got this new spot that I had never been to before, and it was close to the Bobcat stand. Big pasture country, big rolling hills. We come in, got the sun perfect at just coming up there about 9 o'clock in the morning. It had a bean field, and I wanted to get into that bean field because I knew, you know, we could hide up against the fence, and because there wasn't nothing to hide in the pasture, just the tall grass. Geoff wanted to stay back there. I wanted to climb over the fence and get in them beans, and I thought about it, and yeah, he's right. We'll stay back here, and if we're lucky, it'll skirt across them beans. Blondie long cow. It's beautiful country. big rolling hills. Trying to find some sound that a guy like me always wants to have this magical sound where you just turn it on and it works. But days like this, you got to find the right coyote, it seems like. It's windy, and I turned the volume to about 24 and just let her do her thing for about a minute there. And then I heard a coyote. I'm not gonna call it an answer, but kind of a deep, growly, not a choppy, I'm mad response, but just like, it's too hot, I don't wanna come over here. I'm just letting you know I'm over here. And because I'd never really heard one answer quite like that. And that perked me up too, to know where it was. Oh,
Yep,
coming across, yep.
He's in the beans.
He's coming in he's in the field.
Uh-oh.
How far is he, Jeff?
I don't know, I'll be patient, he's coming.
All right.
He's probably gonna see us, but it's 200 right now.
He doesn't see us.
Let's give him a minute. Baby cottontail demise, there you go. Be patient, we'll get him to 150. You gonna kill him, Rick?
When I can see him.
There he is. To the right.
Somebody better do it.
Nice.
Shot.
Shooting. That's the way to be patient. That's how you be patient. Rick was thinking about shooting him out here about a 225, and we were patient. We got him here to about 75. You know, after that coyote that Rick shot, you know, we're still optimistic, but you know, for whatever reason, we grounded out the rest of the day. Didn't call in another coyote. Nothing against Red. The ground we're hunting is as good as anything you could possibly ever want, you know, here in eastern Kansas. You know, just sometimes you can't control the weather, can't control the conditions. All you can do is control your effort. We definitely put in 110% effort on this deal, you know, hoping to kill coyotes, but sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Hopefully the boys will come back and give me another shot at it here in a week or two. I need some redemption.